welcome to the Quiet Your Inner Mean Girl podcast, a place for you to find the courage you need to take the first step and every step thereafter to create the habits, the confidence, and the life that you love. I'm your host, health and life coach, Abby Hegney. Let's dive in. Welcome back to episode 68. We have just wrapped up this week the 30-day Proud Challenge that I launched over 30 days ago. And I'm so excited to bring to you 5 lessons that this challenge really brought to life for me, but also for all of the women who joined this challenge. And I'm so incredibly proud of all of them. The past 30 days have just been so much fun. It has been so much fun to be a part of their journeys, to celebrate with them, to hear all of the challenges that they have chosen to overcome, to hear how they have overcome them, and to just be a part of celebrating every small step and small decision that they have made in the past 30 days. And it is incredible how much change, how much motivation, and how much momentum that you can create in such a short amount of time. So I'm hoping that the 5 lessons that I am going to walk through with you today inspire you to step into creating the change that you also want to create, and to pull yourself back from the belief or thoughts that you may have that it's going to be really hard or it's going to take a long time. Because what I have seen over the course of the past 30 plus days is that those thoughts that we have, those stories of our inner mean girl, can be completely nullified, if that's the right word, in a very short amount of time. Every woman that joined this challenge has been in a place, and myself included, has been in a place where maybe you are as well, where you think it's going to take a lot of time and it's going to take a lot of effort, and I'm not ready and I don't have the time or the energy to put into this. And every single one of them stepped into this challenge and made themselves proud every single day. And now they are at least 30 steps ahead of everybody who decided not to join this challenge, to put it off, to wait. Everybody who decided that they weren't ready, and the momentum that these women have created, I know for sure it is just the beginning for them. So let's dive in. 5 lessons from 30 Days Proud. The very first lesson that I'm taking away, that I'm reinforcing for myself, and I know other women in this challenge are taking with them too, is that there is so much power in thinking about how you want to feel. I talked about this recently on the I Don't Feel Like It Trap episode. If you haven't listened to that episode, you can scroll back just a couple of weeks and listen to it. That episode is going to go into so much more detail about the power of focusing on how you want to feel. And I think 30 Days Proud brought this to life in the best of ways. Focusing on feeling proud at the end of every day for 30 days opened myself and the women in this challenge up to so much flexibility. It allowed each and every one of us to keep a focus on what we wanted, our individual goals, while also living our lives and the busyness of it all. It took us all out of the box of thinking it has to be this way. This is what I need to do. This is the way that it should be done. It allowed us to create our own rules, pave our own path, and feel proud about doing that. And the best part about focusing on feeling proud and finding something every day that we were proud of doing, or in some cases, not doing, because sometimes our journey is just as much about not doing things that weren't serving us as it is about doing things that move us forward. But the best part of this all is that it naturally crowded out the feeling of disappointment, frustration, discouragement, overwhelm. It's not that those feelings never popped up or we never once felt them, but when you focus on feeling proud and you direct your attention and your energy to things that make you feel proud, it is very hard to get caught up in the spiral of the negative emotions that are often the very reason that we give up on what we want before we actually have the chance to achieve it. And I want you today to think about the impact that has on your goals. Being so focused on feeling proud of yourself that you don't have the time to wallow in feeling disappointed or frustrated. You no longer talk yourself out of doing what you actually want to be doing by telling yourself, I don't feel like it, or I don't want to, because you build the muscle of focusing on feeling proud. You allow that to look different every single day. And because you allow it to look different every single day, you give yourself the opportunity to find it every day. That builds confidence. That creates habits that last. That is how you lose weight for good and completely transform the areas of your life that you want to transform. The second lesson that I found to be very true for me, and I think for every other woman in this challenge, I think that they would all agree based on the conversations that I had with him or with them, with their feedback and their comments, and also within their celebrations, is that resistance will always be there. Our brains function on efficiency, on what we know, the habits and patterns that exist in our lives right now. So, of course, anytime we set out to create change, to lose weight, to build new habits, to step into the next version of ourselves, we are going to be faced with resistance. The hardest thing that you can do is to resist the resistance that comes up for you, to think that it shouldn't be there, or to make that resistance that you feel make it mean that you can't do it. This is why so many people, especially us women, feel exhausted and give up on our goals. They spend so much time thinking it shouldn't feel this hard. They should feel more motivated. This should be happening faster. And then we try to sweep any resistance that your brain offers up that comes along with change. We try to sweep that under the rug, and that only makes it harder because we never actually learn how to acknowledge it and accept it and move through it. That is what 30 Days Proud offered, the opportunity to move through it, to stay the course, to feel proud no matter how many excuses or reasons to talk ourselves out of it came up for us. I don't even know how many times I popped into the group. I would often go live in the group, and I don't know how many times I lost track of the amount of times that I went on and I went live, and I said to them, I really did not want to do this today. I had every excuse to not do this, but here I am. I'm doing it anyway. And the women in the challenge would comment that they were so proud that they were able to let go of the guilt that wanted to creep in and enjoy a night out with their friends, or that it would have been so much easier to order takeout, but they chose to move through that and to make the dinner that they had actually planned for themselves. That they wanted so badly to snooze their alarm, but they chose to get up. Or, this is a really good one, is that they were traveling and it would have been so easy, as they had done a number of times in the past, to use the travel and the time with their family as an excuse as to why they quote unquote fell off track. But they chose to meet that resistance and to move through it and to keep themselves going. These are all examples of resistance and how it shows up in our lives, and how acknowledging it and accepting it and moving through it, allowing ourselves to move through it, can be so powerful. Your journey doesn't need to be smooth and easy for you to feel proud. The proudest that you could feel and the greatest transformation that you could make may actually be willing to face that resistance that comes up and still choose you. Still choose what you want. Still make a decision that moves you in the direction that you want to move. Or maybe some days, I offer this to my clients a lot. Some days, progress is simply not turning ourselves around. But the way in which you do that is to acknowledge and to accept and to give yourself the opportunity to move through the resistance that your brain is naturally going to want to offer you when it comes to change. The third lesson, 30 Days Proud reinforced for me, but I again think that this was also opened up for the women in the challenge, is that it can be simple and it can be done with ease. One of the biggest things that holds us back is creating this idea that we have to do big, time consuming things or take large steps in order to create change. We think that we need to overhaul our entire diet in order to lose weight, or spend 45 minutes or an hour or more at the gym in order to feel healthier, in order to create healthier habits. We think that consistency requires us to show up 7 days of the week. And when you believe that change requires big change, it's easy to fall victim to the stories of your inner mean girl. You start to think, I don't have the time. You believe that you are too busy, that you'll never be able to do it. You convince yourself that you'll do it later, or you'll start on Monday, or you'll get to it when life slows down. 30 Days Proud gave myself and the women in this challenge the opportunity to change that narrative simply by asking ourselves, what would make me proud today? It simplified the steps each and every one of us took, and it released the pressure that we put on ourselves to do it right, to be perfect, to never miss a step. It reinforced a feeling of self-trust that allowed every one of us to do what we could do with the time that we had, and allow that to be enough, to be more than enough. Because of that simplicity and that ease, we continued to take steps every single day for 30 days. Some of the women in that group have blown their minds with what they were able to create in just 30 days because they let go of the overwhelming thoughts of their inner mean girl. Thoughts like, I can't do it. I can never stick with anything. I'm too busy. I don't have the time. They let it be simple. What can I do today? They approached it with ease. This will make me feel proud. They trusted themselves. One of the women in the challenge told me, I'm realizing it's okay to slow down. I'm so much more relaxed, and that's made me more focused. I'm making better choices when it comes to my nutrition. I'm sleeping better. I feel rested, and I'm truly happier because of my accomplishments. That took her less than 30 days. And just as I told her, it could be the same for you too. It's just the beginning. The fourth lesson is that you can reset at any time. And sometimes that is the thing that will make you feel the most proud. It is so easy for all of us to get caught up in an all or nothing mindset, to go hard, and then life happens and you miss a day or two, and then you start to believe that you fell off track, that you can never stick with anything, and you throw it all out the window. That can also happen within one day. You can make one decision that allows guilt to take over, and all of a sudden, you start to believe your inner mean girl when she says, what's the point? I already messed up. And you could throw that all out the window, and the entire rest of the day goes with it. But you can also reset at any time. Your inner mean girl will want to convince you otherwise, but it doesn't have to be whatever. What's the point? It's all downhill from here. You are only ever one decision away from resetting. 30 Days Proud brought that to light for so many of us. No matter what the day looked like, there was always an opportunity, and there was always time, always a decision that we could make that would make us feel proud. Change can take time. It does take time, but it can also happen in an instant. Seeing, believing, and allowing yourself to reset at any time drives that instant change. Just imagine if every time you had told yourself, what's the point? Or I've already fallen off track, or I can never stick with anything. Imagine if you would have chosen to reset, to make yourself proud. Where would you be right now? Choose that today. Choose to carry, if you carry any of these lessons with you, choose to carry this one with you. You can reset at any point. You can make yourself proud with the time that you have, with the decisions that you can make at any point in your day, in your week, in your journey. And lastly, and what I think may be the greatest lesson of this entire challenge is that I do not think that there is any better creator of motivation and momentum in your journey than celebrating yourself. We did that every single day inside this challenge, and it was so inspiring. We have a very hard time, especially us women, especially when it comes to creating healthier habits and losing weight. We have a very hard time celebrating ourselves, celebrating our accomplishments and the steps that we take and the decisions that we make, celebrating the fact that we didn't fall victim to resistance or our inner mean girl or falling off track. We love to tell ourselves that it's not enough, that it's not happening fast enough, that we aren't far enough along, that we should be farther, that we want to be farther. We'd be happier if we were farther along. All of these are stories of your inner mean girl, and they devalue every step that you take, every challenge that you have overcome, every decision you have made, everything that you are capable of creating. For the past 30 days, the women in this challenge and myself put that aside. We chose to celebrate ourselves and each other. The energy, the motivation, and the momentum that creates is so powerful. If you want to create change in your life, lasting change, if you want to create confidence and motivation, if you want to build healthier habits and lose weight and lose it for good, start celebrating yourself. Start to catch those stories of your inner mean girl that have been holding you back and start to quiet them down. Start to choose to redirect your mind and your energy to more inspiring choices, to more inspiring thoughts. Start to open yourself up to decisions and opportunities that make you feel proud. These past 30 days have been so much fun. I don't think I can say that enough. The women in this challenge have inspired me and have motivated me beyond words. And I am so proud of every single one of them. And I know without a doubt that this is just the beginning for all of them. And I hope that this is just the beginning for you too. I know I, for one, am choosing to carry these lessons with me because I have felt how powerful they are. I have felt that motivation. I have felt the momentum in which they can create. And I hope that these lessons inspire you to go out and approach the habits that you want to create and the weight that you want to lose and the confidence that you want to feel in a way in which you never have before. A way that transforms you from the inside out. All right, my friends, I hope this was really inspiring and motivating for you. I really do hope that you carry these lessons with you. Choose to focus on one of them. If you can only focus on one right now, choose one. Master that and come back and choose the next one. But take these lessons and start to apply them and just watch your habits, your weight, your motivation, and ultimately your life change. All right, my friends, I will be back next week. If you are loving this podcast, please subscribe, rate, or review. Or if you know someone who would benefit from this message, please share it with them. And if you are ready to quiet your inner mean girl, to create habits that make you feel amazing, to lose weight and confidently keep it off while living the life that you love, I invite you to schedule your complimentary 60-minute consultation. We'll discuss where you are, where you want to be, and how my Quiet Your Inner Mean Girl method can help you create the future that you want. You can find the link to book your call in the show notes, or you can also connect with me directly on Instagram at Wellness with Abby H. I can't wait to talk to you.